Hey nerds, welcome to JerAwards. Today we're going to go over and recap season 5 of Supernatural. The first 104 episodes of 327 are done. The first 5 seasons of 15 are finished. We still got 223 episodes over the course of 10 seasons, with a couple more 22 episode seasons before kicking into 23 episode seasons moving forward. A lot's happened. This is a complete story from season 1 episode 1 to season 5 episode 22. From the pilot to Swan Song, this is one complete ginormous season or series that was supposed to end. I read the thing on IMDb and they end up having the other lady, or I think it's who it was, take over to write the rest of this from 6 on. So for the first 5 seasons of Supernatural was a doozy. In season 5, it kicks off right where season 4 ended, with Lucifer being resurrected. Lucifer's there, they end up on an airplane, and things go from there. Pretty much, essentially, the entire story. We have moments where Bobby gets possessed. He ends up losing his legs in the process. They have to track down, unknowingly, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, or Ray, since Lucifer's back. Lucifer is looking for his vessel, and his one true vessel to have this fight at the end of times in Detroit, of all places, is Sam Winchester. On the flip of that, Dean's vessel. Dean is the vessel for Michael the Archangel. There's supposed to be a big battle, and they get a glimpse of it from the angel Zachariah of what's supposed to happen in the future of Michael / Dean versus Sam / Lucifer. There's supposed to be this giant showdown that's going to take place in which the angels are supposed to win, kickstart, bing, bam, bop. It's pretty much the rapture, essentially. So Lucifer's back. He's looking for his body. Takes over some poor dude named Nick. Does his job. The body can't really contain it, so it gets all welty and gross. And they've pretty much decided, both Sam and Dean, that they're going to say no respectfully to each of the person trying to take over their bodies. Now, they run into war first. Take care of war pretty easily. They take care of famine. And then they move on to pestilence and eventually death. They cut off War's finger. I think Sam actually kills famine. And then pestilence, they chop off his finger. He bounces. And then when it comes to death, he offers to give up his ring to Dean because he doesn't want to be Lucifer's little bitch. So what they have to do now is get these 4 keys from each of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse to re-lock Lucifer in the cage that he was released from. Sam gets the bright idea that he is going to allow Lucifer into his body and jump into the cage himself, after he was upset with Dean for wanting to say yes to Michael. But it all ends up making sense. They're introduced to their brother Adam. Adam ends up being, since he is part of the bloodline, the vessel for Michael. Before a showdown can happen, Lucifer does take over Sam's body. Sam is unable to do what Bobby did to kip out, and Lucifer takes control. But luckily, the Chevy Impala ends up being the big ex machina. It ends up being the big piece that's needed to snap him out so he can jump into the hole himself. The season ends. We get a lovely shot, reminiscent, obviously, which came later, of Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter. We get a reminiscent shot of kind of that, of them sitting and having dinner, but Sam stands outside watching them. Is it Sam? Is it Lucifer? Pretty sure it has to be Sam, because you have to break the seals to raise Lucifer. Either that or he just has to break free of his cage now. We get introduced to Crowley. We get Zachariah. We get Anna back again. We get more of Carl. We get Lisa back. So we get different beats from the past. We get a lot of really good stuff here. What I just gave you for the rundown of season 5 is a really short and condensed version of it. Lucifer's back. They have to kill the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse to get the keys to put him back in. Sam is the vessel for Lucifer. Dean's the vessel for Michael. That's pretty much it. Dean says no. Sam says yes willingly. Jumps in. Boom. Locked up. Happy ending for Dean. Bing, bam, bop. Carl drifts off into nowhere. Sam standing in the street like Michael Myers. That's pretty much it. Castiel's there. Other gods show up. We'll run it all down. But overall, just to give you that brief recap and to give you the information, what I thought of season 5, I think it's the best season so far, easily. Season 4 is just as good, but season 5 has the overall some better beats. Season 4 has a couple extra fillers. I think if season 5 would have stayed on task throughout the entire season, if we would have dealt more with the 4 horsemen, like, oh, he's raised is what we have to do. I feel like Death is raised 10 seasons before, or 10 episodes before he's introduced. There's a lot of things that could have happened If we would have stayed more focused on the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, taking care of those, maybe 1 or 2 Monster of the Week, sure. But I don't know. There's things that happen. We have a huge sacrifice with Joe and Ellen that ends up being for nothing, which adds some realism to it. Like, not every sacrifice is going to lead to a big payoff, but it just kind of hurt. Really didn't get any more of Rufus, even though I think Rufus was in part of this. We get part of it where it seems like the hunters are going to play more of a factor into it, and the other hunters don't. The apocalypse is happening, and there is glimpses on the news and stuff, but it never actually feels like the apocalypse is happening. I feel like every episode, or at least every so often, there should have been more, hey, this is what's happening in this city, in this state, this is what's going on, this is on the news, this is in the newspaper. We just got some, like, hey, the flu's breaking out here, or, oh, hey, there's a storm over here. Kind of when Dean goes to talk to Lisa and say the stuff you're about to see on the news, I feel like even starting off episodes with different news coverage of different states, like California, fake newscast, and then California suffering from storms, and Chicago suffering from tornadoes, and Kansas, whatever, Yellowstone's erupted, there's earthquakes everywhere, things like that. Obviously, if Yellowstone erupts, we're pretty much fucked, but like something along those lines. Things all around the world, go to Tokyo, go to Russia, go to different parts, and just show that the world is ending because of the apocalypse. Maybe we can save that for later, and I know it's not the envision for it, but I think it would have added some drama to it. I think introducing the gods at a certain point was a little too early. I think maybe we could have done that. Something else, we deal with the Christian apocalypse, the rapture. Maybe we deal with Ragnarok another time. Regardless, all those things happened. All those things took place. Season 5 is a great season. I just think there are things there, if they would have kind of dragged out a little more, that would have made it one of the best seasons, not just for Supernatural, but in television in general. But overall, season 5, absolutely fire. That's my recap, kind of my thoughts on it. And with that, we're going to get into the season 5, Supernatural season 5, JerAwards. First things first is going to be our favorite episode. Let's start there. We have a lot of there's not much missing from this list. Season 5, episode 1, Sympathy for the Devil. 3, Free to Be You and Me. 4, The End. 6, I Believe the Children Are Our Future. 7, The Curious Case of Dean Winchester. 8, Changing Channels. 9, The Real Ghostbusters. 10, Abandon All Hope. Small break here. 13, The Song Remains the Same. 14, My Bloody Valentine. 16, Dark Side of the Moon. 18, Point of No Return. 19, Hammer of the Gods. 21, 2 Minutes to Midnight. And 22, Swan Song. I went back and forth with this a lot. A lot of you all in the comment section really love Changing Channels. I think it's a great comedy episode. A lot of people were saying that episode 4, The End, was one of their favorite episodes of the entire show, of the whole show. And I agree with you. But I think episode 3 beforehand, Free to Be You and Me, was better. I think that episode was phenomenal, but that's not my favorite episode. I mentioned it to you a couple times, kind of mixed thoughts on it from some peeps. It was going to be between episode 3 and the finale and this other one, but I've locked in on this other one, and that's going to be season 5, episode 13, The Song Remains the Same. All of these things going about, and we have to go back in time with Anna trying to go back and kill trying to kill John and Mary Winchester, and we get Dean having a conversation with his mother. We get Sam talking to his father, saying he understands everything that's going on. We get Michael taking over John Winchester's body and killing Anna. We get the reveal that they get mind wiped. So all this stuff happens. Of course, I mean, it's a cop-out, but they get mind wiped, and they get that statue of Michael to watch over Dean as a baby. It's a very heavy episode. It's an emotional episode. And overall, I think it's one of the better episodes of the season, like right next to season 4, episode 1. So favorite episode for season 5, episode 13, The Song Remains the Same. For favorite scene, got a lot of nominees. From season 5, episode 1, Cass just showing up. Also, Bobby letting Sam know that he'd never give up on him. From 5-2, Dean solving the war situation. From 5-3, Dean trying to get Cass laid. 5-4, seeing hippie Cass. From 5-6, Dean telling Jesse he's a superhero, the little boy. I forgot about him. We never saw Jesse anymore. Shit, where the fuck did he go? He could have been important. Also from 5-6, Jesse shutting down the demon. From 5-7, Sam winning the poker game. From 5-8, Dean knowing everything about Dr. Sexy. From 5-9, Damien and Barnes offering their help. From 5-10, Crowley, just in general, stealing the whole scene. Dean shooting Lucifer in the face. From 5-12, Dean and Gary exorcising the demon together. From 5-13, Dean talking to Mary. From 5-14, Sam exorcising demons. 5-16, just Joshua in general. From 5-18, Castiel beating up Dean. From 5-19, both Odin talking about Ragnarok and Lucifer showing up and killing the gods and Gabriel. From 5-20, Crowley's plan to get Brady. From 5-21, Pestilence monologue. From 5-21, Bobby standing. Beautiful. And also from 5-21, Death's conversation with Dean. And then from 5-22, Sam taking over Lucifer. There's a lot of things there. There's a lot. I love most of what I just said. Castiel beating up Dean was very powerful. Lucifer showing up and killing the gods and then killing Gabriel should be my favorite scene. They didn't do it well enough in my personal opinion. That's just me being weird. I know, but that could have been fire. My favorite scene actually this entire show was in episode 1. All the way back in episode 1, and that was Bobby letting Sam know that he'd never give up on him after Demon Bobby telling Sam, like, you know, once this is done, lose my number, etc., etc. But Bobby just letting him know that, and Sam getting that reaction to it, and knowing Sam and Dean's history with their father, and just for Sam to be able to hear that from somebody that they both look at as a father figure, for Bobby to tell them, I'm never going to give up on you. I don't care how many mistakes you make. You're my boy, Blue. I love it. Everything was great about that. It was very powerful. Those type of sentimental, emotional scenes will always do better, in my opinion, than even some of the big fighting scenes. That stuff's really good if you have the character development. Most heartbreaking scene from season 5, episode 1, Bobby telling Sam to lose his number. From 5-2, Dean telling Sam that he doesn't trust him. From 5-3, the hunters forcing Sam to drink blood. From 5-4, Dean talking to Devil Sam. From 5-7, Dean telling Bobby how much he meant to him. From 5-10, Joe and Ellen's death. From 5-13, Sam talking to younger John and Dean talking to Mary. From 5-14, Dean seeing Sam relapsed. As well, Dean asking for help. At the end, looking up to the heavens. From 5-16, Dean tossing his necklace. From 5-18, Dean telling Sam he didn't trust him. From 5-22, Bobby's death. Bobby's death was brief. Joe and Ellen's death was kind of emotional. Bobby telling Sam to lose his number was very impactful. There's a lot of other scenes I didn't add on here that were also super sad. Dean tossing his necklace. Nothing happens throughout the rest of this for that to play in. I kind of wish instead of the Impala, maybe the necklace played a factor into it. Like, I get the Impala, I get, you know, it's the car, it's been there the whole time, but maybe, I don't know, maybe if it was Dean on the other end of it and Sam having the necklace, something to get him back. Maybe we can use that for later to get Dean back for something, is the necklace. If it's just gone altogether, him tossing it is just something that was so crucial to the character that it feels like a waste. But maybe even like Sam, like Dean seeing Sam lose, so Dean puts the necklace back on or something. I don't know. I got nothing. I'm trying to figure out how to work it in because Sam had the necklace. Maybe if Lucifer takes over Sam's body, right? And whatever it is, maybe he's like falling over, the jacket's half off of him, he gets out, the jacket's on the floor, right? He gets back the key, he puts the key in his pocket. Lucifer's not worried about Sam's jacket that he has on. So the only thing Dean has left is Sam's jacket. And he's sad, he knows he just lost his brother. He's fiddling in the pockets just to see what's in there, and boom, the necklace that he thought he threw away is in the pocket. Dean puts the necklace back on, and while Sam is Lucifer's beating the shit out of Dean, Sam, back in there, sees the necklace around Dean's neck, and that's what snaps him out. I think that would be better than the car, because the car, while it is something that Sam shared with his father and all the car rides and everything, the car means way more to Dean. So I think Sam seeing the necklace that he was initially going to gift his father, but then ends up gifting Dean, him laying eyes on that would have been more impactful to snap him out. Personal opinion. Most heartbreaking scene was Sam talking to younger John and Dean talking to younger Mary. Sam having that conversation with his father. Pain. There's a couple moments of Bobby talking about taking his own life, this, that, and the other, but that shit right there. Oh. Funniest scene, your nominees. The guy looks like Kate Blanchett. Dean talking about Michael from 5-1. From 5-2, is that peanut butter? From 5-3, Dean trying to get Cass laid. Also from 5-3, Dean calling back to Cass his abandoned dad joke he said to the prostitute. Solid. I appreciated it. From 5-6, Dean using the joy buzzer on Sam. From 5'8", Sam being their car. From 5'11", pudding. From 5'18", you are nothing but a maggot in a worm's ass. That was meant to be serious, but that shit cracked me up. And then from 5'21", Crowley showing the photo of him kissing Bobby. Let me tell you something. Dean using the joy buzzer on Sam after Sam knowing it just melted two things was hilarious. But Crowley having the fucking picture of him and Bobby smooching and how happy Crowley was and how upset Bobby was. And then for Bobby to ask, why'd you take a picture, and Crowley to respond with, why'd you use so much tongue? You didn't have to use tongue. It could just been a smooch. Top tier. Favorite kiss from season 5, episode 2, Dean and Meg. From 5'10", Crowley and Mr. Pendleton. From 5'10", Dean and Joe. From 5'11", Dean and Wendy. Sam and Wendy. From 5'13", John and Mary. From 5'14", Alice and Russell. From 5'16", Dean and Pamela. And from 5'21", Bobby and Crowley. If they would have showed Bobby and Crowley, landslide victory. It's just a picture. It still kind of counts, but co-winners. One's for a photo, but the winner for favorite kiss was Dean and Joe. But not Dean kissing Joe on the lips. It was Dean kissing Joe on the forehead, knowing the sacrifice they were about to make and knowing that she was done for in the first place. That, my friends, is a good smooch. Favorite kill from season 5, episode 2, Cass killing the angels. Sam stabbing the kid through the throat. From 5'3", Dean killing the vampires. From 5'10", Ellen and Joe's sacrifice. From 5'11", Dean killing the wraith. From 5'13", Michael killing Anna. From 5'14", Sam killing the famine. The famine, like the Walmart. From 5'17", Dean killing the whore of Babylon. I just put the whore. From 5'18", Dean killing Zachariah. From 5'19", Lucifer killing the gods. From 5'20", Sam killing Brady. From 5'22", Lucifer killing Castiel. Him killing Castiel is a shock value, much like a scene from Lucifer with a certain detective douche. But Lucifer killing the gods should have been more important. Ellen and Joe's sacrifice, not really. Michael killing Anna was the front runner until this other kill happened. Favorite kill for season 5 was Dean killing Zachariah, stabbing him right through his fucking lower jowl up to his brain meat. Top tier. Favorite quote, we only have one. Again, once I find it, there were so many good quotes in this. There's a lot of times where I said bars or certain things happened, but this favorite quote from Dean, it was just witty and it was funny, and he was talking to Bobby. He's like, how do you plan on stopping this? He said, I got a GED and a give him hell attitude, and I'll figure it out. Sometimes that's all you need, is just the confidence to do something. And I appreciated that. And the fact that Dean has a GED makes perfect sense. It was just funny to me. So yeah. Favorite case, there wasn't that many in this episode, or in this season, so I just put 2. From 5'5", the Paris Hilton thing. But from 5'7", in your winner, the poker game. That being the case on its own, to get the years back, people aging, yada yada. And I appreciate everybody that corrected me on Dean's age, being aged up to 70 years, even though I put a disclaimer up at the top when editing that I just did the math wrong. I forgot about him giving Bobby's years back. So I appreciate it. But the poker game was great. It was emotional, and for Sam to come in clutch, great. And I love the guy that, I forgot the dude, I think his name was Pete. Never trusted Pete. The dude that was running the poker games, I loved him. I thought he was great. Favorite monster, your nominees. From 5'5", Paris Hilton. From 5'7", Patrick. That's who it was. Started with a P. Never trust anybody with a P name. Patrick. From 5'8", Gabriel. From 5'10", Lucifer. And from 5'11", the Wraith. Favorite monster, obviously, of the season is fucking Lucifer. He should have been in it more. There should have been way more Lucifer. Way more. But I'll take it. Lucifer's my favorite monster. Favorite friendship, your nominees, Sam and Dean. Dean and Castiel. Bobby and the boys. John and Mary, because they're kind of, their little thing right there. But it was going to be Dean and Castiel for a bit, but it kind of they didn't feel as close. Sam and Dean, obviously their friendship is the key here, but there's strides to it, right? There's issues along the way. There's rifts, which there should be. It makes the relationship stronger. But I felt if there was any moment to do this, I felt this was the one to give my favorite friendship to Bobby and the boys. So there's 3 people all together, Bobby, Sam, and Dean. That group still counts as Sam and Dean, so you can kind of still count that, but add Bobby to the mix. It's just nothing better for me. Favorite ship, your nominees. Dean and Pamela. Barnes and Damien. Dean and Joe, or Dean and Lisa. Now, initially, Dean and Joe they were just on here just for kicks. I was gonna make it Barnes and Damien because I enjoyed them. I thought it was wholesome. The fact they're cosplaying as Wincest, though, a little weird, but more power to them. But I enjoyed their little relationship, and Dean's reaction was funny. But I'm actually gonna give it to Dean and Lisa because I feel like that should be Dean's end game when it comes for that stuff. And I felt like he had a moment in, was that season 3, season 2 even maybe, where he was really connecting with her, and it's a former flame, and she's got a kid. Is it his kid? No. It just felt right. So for him to end up back there feels right. But it also leads my speculation that if Dean gets too close to Lisa, he's going to end up getting hurt. Unless they make her like a furlong thing for the next 10 seasons, I just see something horrible happening. And I don't want it. But still. Favorite ship is Dean and Lisa. Let's go in this order. Let's go with least favorite character. Michael. I enjoyed Zachariah on screen. I love to hate Zachariah. Same deal with Pike from The 100. Like, I loved, he's a phenomenal actor. Zachariah, phenomenal actor. While I dislike him, I also enjoyed when he was on screen. Michael taking over Adam. Kind of a self-righteous bitch. So I'm just going to give it to Michael. Most underrated character of the season, Crowley. Just is what it is. Favorite character, your nominees, Sam, Dean, Bobby, Castiel, Crowley. Now, there's a lot going on in this one. It's really between Castiel and Bobby, to be honest. And I like Castiel's, he's rebelled, he turns human, he gets his angel juice back, etc. He's becoming human, he's being wittier and funnier, but unintentionally, he shows up when he needs to, but he's not always there. And I think I enjoy the moments more with Bobby. So my favorite character, again, for season 5 is Bobby. Now it's time for your season names, both the season name and the finale name for this. I'm so conflicted on some of these names, but my season name for season 5, easy, low-hanging fruit, Apocalypse Now, right? Lucifer's Rising, that's it. Probably my favorite season so far. If we were to end the series today, my season rankings from least favorite to favorite would be season 3, TikTok, season 1 with Dean's Last Year to Live, season 1, 2.5 Men hunting for Dad and Yellow Eyes, to kill Yellow Eyes for the cult and everything, season 2, Deal or No Deal, John and Dean making deals, season 4, Touched by an Angel, Cass bringing Dean back from hell and breaking the seals, and season 5, Apocalypse Now with Lucifer's Rising. When it comes to finale names, least favorite to favorite, I'll reveal my favorite I reveal the names along the way. Season 3, his name was Time's Up, least favorite, Lilith, seeking the Hellhound to kill Dean. Season 2, A Deal with the Devil, Dean making a deal for Sam's life. Season 4, Double Agent, Ruby succeeding to, getting Lucifer back. Season 1 was Exorcist, Sam not shooting John to kill the demon. Season 5, I'm conflicted. I had like Goodbye for Now, So Long, Farewell. I went with Down the Rabbit Hole because that's where Lucifer and Michael jumped. Well, Lucifer drugged Michael. Sam taking over Lucifer and jumping into the cage. So season 5 so far, favorite season, favorite finale, all doing great things. Those are the names along the way. All right, this portion right here is just for kind of sort of the Patreon peeps, right? Beginning of each episode, we roll a D20. Simple as that. All you have to do as a viewer is guess between 1 and 20. If you select an answer that's correct before the next episode comes out that reveals the answer, you win. What do you win? My love. That's about it. So we roll it each and every day, and just some overall statistics just to give as we've been doing. What we rolled for season 5, episode 22. We rolled 5 D20s. That result will be on season 6, episode 1 on Patreon. But where is my statistics at? Okay, I found them. So just for fun, here's what we got. The most rolled number. We rolled 1, 10, 19, and 20 3 times. Our most rolled number wasn't any of those. It was the number 14, in which we rolled 4 times. Highest number rolled was a 20. Lowest number was a 1. Double digit compared to single digit. We rolled 21 double digit numbers compared to 9 single digit numbers. So double digit wins 70% of the time. Even % percentage versus odd percentage. We rolled 16 evens, 14 odds for 53% to 47% with even winning. Numbers matching the episode, season 5, episode 12. Even though we rolled, because it was our 100th roll, even though we rolled 5 just for fun on that one, just randomly, we still got, the first one we rolled was a 12. So season 5, episode 12, we rolled a 12. Yeah. And numbers not rolled was a 6, 7, 9, 15, and 18, which may play spoilers to those keeping up on Patreon to what numbers were rolled for the last one. So yeah, all in, and we rolled a D100. So technically the highest rolled was a 75, but of the D20s, 20 is the highest number we can get. We've had numbers that we haven't rolled since season 2 now. And throughout 5 seasons, we still have yet to roll the number 15. The numbers 3 and 4 have been rolled in every single season, along as number 20. So 3, 4, and 20 have been rolled every single season. That's pretty great so far, especially rolling with 20 that much. And we went 81 episodes and 88 rolls without getting a 1. Went from season 1, episode 6, all the way to season 5, episode 6. So there's the D20 statistics, just for some funs. With that out of the way, it's time to do our in memoriam, in loving memory, to the following peeps. We got a list here. The demons that Dean stabbed. Nick's family, the demons who tried to take the sword. The 2 angels Castiel killed. The innocent non-demon folk. That can cover the whole thing, right? The 2 teens Sam killed, or stabbed. The pastor, War's finger. The vampire Dean killed. Steve Reynolds, Jaeger, Cal, Professor Hill, Amber, Mr. Stanley's roommate, Xavier, Leah, Leah's daughter, Will Randolph, kids in TV land, cop that Dean stabbed, Letitia Gore, her son and the other children she murdered, Hookman cosplayer, the Hellhounds, the townsfolk Lucifer sacrificed to death, Joe Harville, Ellen Harville, Susan, Ted, Wendy, Nurse Foreman / the Wraith, Maggie Briggs, Trevor, Mr. Woodson, Anna Milton, Alice, Russell, Janice, Jim, Lester Finch, the Twinkie Man, I don't even, what the fuck does that even mean? Dr. Corman, all the people Famine killed, Famine and his finger, all the people who died and brought back, sure, Karen Singer, Sam Winchester, Dean Winchester, Leah Gideon, Paul, the whore of Babylon, the bartender, Stuart, Zachariah, the honeymoon couple, all the other peeps killed in the hotel, Mercury, Ganesh, Odin, all the other gods Lucifer killed, Balder, Gabriel / Loki, Celeste, Pestilence Finger, his nurse, the doctors and nurses, the Croatoan Sam and Bobby killed, the dude that bumped into death, the folks at the Pizza Diner, the demons that they bled dry, the demon Sam one-shot mind blasted, Castiel brought back, Bobby brought back. So all in all, rest in peace to the big names here. I usually capitalize. If I miss any, forgive me. Joe and Ellen Harville, Anna Milton, Karen Singer, who was brought back, Sam and Dean Winchester, who died for a moment, Zachariah, Gabriel / Loki, and Cass and Bobby, even though they were brought back. All those peeps, rest in peace to them. Rest in dirt, rest in piss, whatever you want to say to them. All in all, season 5 was great. Jesse, the little boy, never showed back up. Very weird. Callie left. We have no idea where Callie went. Lucifer should have been in the season more. The 4 horsemen should have been more around, I think. More Cass, more Bobby never hurt. The importance of the car was really great. The cosplay episode was great. The poker game was great. While I do have those things, it sounds like negativity at some points. It's not. It's just things I wish they would have did differently. But I didn't write the show. This was 2010. That's 13 years ago. Okay? Everything's perfect. I love the show just the way it is. It's great. Can't wait to see what season 6 has in store. For now, just to let you guys know, all 104 episodes are up on Patreon. Obviously, no reaction today, but there will be season 6, episode 1 tomorrow. Links and everything will be in the description box down below. I have all my playlist up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.